Cannabis, a plant that's been worshipped, demonized, banned, and now prescribed by doctors in the UK. But where did it all begin? And how has this plant transformed from ancient rituals to modern medicine? Stick around, because today we're diving into the entire history of cannabis, and trust me, you'll never look at this plant the same way again. Part 1. Origins. Our story begins over 10,000 years ago. Cannabis is one of the oldest cultivated plants in human history. In ancient China, it was used as medicine, food, and fiber for ropes and clothing. The Emperor Shen Nung, often called the father of Chinese medicine, wrote about its ability to treat pain, malaria, and even absent-mindedness. Basically, the ancient version of stress relief. Then it spread. India used it in religious ceremonies, calling it bhang, a drink made with cannabis and milk. Ancient Egyptians used it for inflammation, and the Greeks. They gave it to their horses for wounds. Cannabis was literally everywhere. Part 2. The shift. By the Middle Ages, cannabis had taken on another role. Hemp. Hemp was the backbone of ropes, sails, and even paper. The Gutenberg Bible, printed on hemp paper. And fun fact, early drafts of the U.S. Declaration of Independence were too. But while hemp thrived, cannabis as a drug began to stir controversy. In the 19th century, cannabis extracts were common in pharmacies across Europe, including Britain. Doctors prescribed it for migraines, insomnia, and even childbirth pain. Sounds familiar, right? But things were about to change. Part 3. The ban. Enter the 20th century. Propaganda and politics demonized cannabis. The infamous 1930s campaign in the US, Reefer Madness, portrayed cannabis users as dangerous criminals. This fear spread globally. In the UK, cannabis was restricted under the Dangerous Drugs Act of 1928, lumping it in with opium and cocaine. By the 1970s, possession could mean prison. The plant went from medicine to menace almost overnight. Part 4. The comeback. But science couldn't ignore cannabis forever. In the late 20th century, researchers discovered the endocannabinoid system, a network in our bodies that interacts with cannabis compounds like THC and CBD. This was a game changer. Suddenly, cannabis wasn't just about getting high, it was about real medicine. Patients with epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, and chronic pain reported life-changing benefits. Countries started listening slowly. Part 5. Cannabis in the UK today. In the UK, the breakthrough came in 2018. Medical cannabis was legalized under prescription for certain conditions. That means patients suffering from severe epilepsy, MS, or chemotherapy-related nausea can finally access cannabis legally, though it's still tightly controlled. And here's where the difference really shows. Ancient cannabis was a wild plant, low in THC, high in mixed cannabinoids. Today, modern strains are scientifically bred. Medical cannabis is standardized, lab-tested, and targeted. High CBD oils for seizures, balanced THC for pain, even cannabis sprays like Sativex. From crude, dried leaves to pharmaceutical-grade medicine, the journey is massive. Part 6. The big difference. So, what's the biggest difference between cannabis back then and cannabis today? Potency. Ancient cannabis was mild. Modern strains, far stronger and more specialized. Purpose. Once used for rituals and rope, now it's cutting-edge medicine. Perception. From sacred plant to banned drug, and now cautiously respected again. Cannabis has been healer, outlaw, and now medicine. Its history is as complex as humanity itself. So, what do you think? Should medical cannabis be more accessible in the UK? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey through history, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and hit the bell so you never miss out. Until next time, stay curious.